Hello and welcome to The Slice. My name is Michael, and today I have a very special guest. In fact, I say that every week, but every week there is a special guest, and there is no exception because we are speaking to Phil Broeders. Hiya, Phil. How are you?
I'm very good, Michael. How are you?
I'm
Looking,
living the dream, and
you're
I'm
looking good.
probably I'm probably sure I say that quite a lot as well. So have you seen the show before?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Do you know the format?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, we know. I know
Roughly,
what
roughly
happens.
is
Good,
good.
good.
Roughly is
Roughly is
good. There are
good.
some people that have no understanding at all. They come on and it's like rabbit in a headlight moment. So you've got 10 minutes to talk about your business. A lot of the questions we will ask are video orientated for the
That's fine.
people listening so they can get some benefit from the use of video. I'm going to find out your video journey and find out a little bit more about, do you do it? Do you not do it? Do you know the benefits of doing it? So without any further ado, are you happy for me to start the 10-minute timer?
Certainly.
Your timer has started. So, Phil, for people that don't know who are you? What do you do?
Right. My name is Phil, obviously, Phil Broeders, and I work for a company called Moneytree Financial Solutions. And what we are is essentially financial advisors. So we help people look after their pensions, their investments, their protection. So looking after people. And the main thing that we try and deal with is what people's dreams and aspirations are, what they want to do, what they want to achieve. Whatever your dreams are, usually there's money involved. You have to find money to achieve your dreams and do what you want to do. So our job is really to make sure people's finances are organized in such a way that they can retire earlier, move to where they want to go, are protected, so their income is protected against the worst ravages of whatever may happen in the outside world. To make sure basically they have a comfortable and secure and profitable existence.
And how that whole process, how
Yeah,
did you get into that?
it's a long story. I used to a lot of
Well, you've
people
only
know.
got 10 minutes.
Well,
So,
I'll try and be very quick. My background is really in marketing, so I worked in sports marketing primarily, not just but primarily. So I worked for people like Man United, Everton Football Club, the International Paralympic Committee, etc. And off the back of that, I then moved into optics. I was helping a company with some marketing strategies, to put a marketing strategy together in the optical industry, and they asked me to get involved, which I did. And I did that for about 6.5 years. So I was working with people, obviously dispensing glasses and other elements to do with people's eyes. And I got to the point where it wasn't really working for me. I wanted to do something else. I liked some aspects of it, which was basically talking to people, finding out what the problem was and solving it. But it wasn't really working out for me long term. And simply by a chance conversation with Paul, who I now work with, he suggested I move into financial services because he said I had the right kind of attitude and aptitude for the job, which is really about talking to people and finding out what the problems are. And that's how it happened. So I went through a very rigorous training course. It was basically the first time it had ever been done, where they actually condensed essentially an 18-month course into 3 months. I had to pass that course in 3 months, which I did, and therefore qualified to be a financial advisor, which is what I do now. So a big career change, but for me, fantastic. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love talking to people, as you probably know. And really, financial services is or should be a combination of those two things: listening to what people require, thinking about solutions for that particular problem or issue, and presenting them back to the customer to say, this is what I think is the best thing for you to meet that particular circumstance.
yeah, because
Um,
when I first met you, you were doing glasses. So,
yes, that's
and
exactly it.
and then when because obviously we networked together.
We
When
did.
your name was on the list, I was like, I thought you did glasses. So is we've never addressed that elephant in the room. So
No, it was simply a case whereby that particular career was I enjoyed it, and we'd done fantastic work in terms of taking the company, Specs to You, from zero to a very quite a big customer base. Very happy. We focused very much on customer service, but financially, it wasn't working out for me. I think you've got to take a view that do you keep on doing something even if it doesn't seem to be working out, or do you think no, that's enough, change direction and go somewhere else? And based on the conversation I had with Paul, I thought, yeah, let's go for change. I mean, I've changed my career many times in the past. Anyway, I've gone from different companies and done
yeah.
worked in different sectors, and that ability to change is quite useful in some respects. And that's what I found for me. It's been the ability to take knowledge and experience from one job and apply it to another, and that's what I certainly got from optical. Because with optics, you're talking to people really about something which is massively concerning to them, obviously their eyesight. But in the same token, you're trying to find solutions which may be based around a budget or maybe based around their own particular circumstances, and trying to find them the right solution. So really porting those kind of skills over into financial services is not hard at all. It's
No.
talking to people, finding out information from them, letting them tell you their story about what their influence is or what their issues are, and addressing it. And that's really what financial
Yeah,
services is about.
and you're a very knowledgeable person. I mean,
Try, yeah.
through our networking groups, we do kind of work within the same circles. So
Yeah.
people that know you, that they say that they respect you a lot. So that's always a good place to be. And I respect you a lot because you've helped me out with my finances as well, which has been very good. And I've appreciated that. In terms of, we're gonna obviously ask the question of video and how you have embraced video, or how you have found video during tough times of keeping quite relevant and being in the mind's eye of people. How do you find that video has helped you do that?
What I've done is essentially I've watched other people doing it, and I think it's a great way of trying to get information across in a very succinct and appealing way. So I've seen people like, I won't name check people, but there's plenty of people I respect and know who use video very, very well. And I thought I'd give it a go. So I got my mobile phone out and I tried to do, we did something called netwalking, which is basically networking and walking down at West Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, how hard can this be? And I got my mobile phone out and started to do a little talk about what I was going to do and who we were going to meet there, etc. And when I played it back, what I got was an amazing amount of wind noise, so you couldn't hear me at all. I managed to drop my debit card on the floor halfway through the video, which I then picked up. Highly professional. This is top-notch stuff. And I realized it's not as easy as people probably think it is, but it's also not as hard as people think it is as well. So I think I've given it a couple of goes since then. I bought a little fancy microphone with a little fluffy bit, which stops the wind noise. That helps as well.
A dead cat, they're called.
Dead cat. I now know the technical term.
Or a wind guard. Wind guard, dead cat. Yeah.
Put a dead cat, I think. That's much nicer.
Yeah, because it looks like a dead cat, doesn't it? So.
To be fair, it does. It looks. I'd say mouse probably, but yeah, we'll go with dead cat. That's fine.
Depends on the size of microphone, I think. But yeah,
I've only got a small one, as people would say. I've only got a little one. But on that basis, what I found is that once you start the process of doing it, it's easy. You can do it. And I think, I saw one today. It's only about 8 seconds long, but very clever the way she'd done it. I thought, yeah, it can be done. And I think I just need to do more of it. That's the thing. It's a case of, I think a lot of people have a reticence about doing something on that basis. But I know you look at LinkedIn, look at Facebook, etc. What attracts the eye is video. And also when you go to websites as well, if you've got a good video on the website, it instantly attracts your attention and it sucks you in.
There are two types. I always say to anyone, because obviously I teach video and I film video, there are two types. If you are doing anything branded, it has to be professional. It's your business, it's your brand, it's your image, it's that has to be professional. But in terms of obviously the know, like, and trust and getting people to know who you are, then there's nothing wrong using your smartphone. There's nothing wrong with putting out those videos, but it's knowing about your composition, knowing about your content, knowing about eye contact, making sure that you are engaging with an audience. It's all of those things, understanding lighting, understanding sound. And you don't need to have a massive understanding of those things. You just need to have an understanding of the basics, which will make your videos easy to watch, which will grow the engagement, and it'll actually get people to hear and see what you're about. Because, video can also have a detrimental effect on your business if it's done wrong. How many times have we seen people with a massive window behind them and they're just in silhouette? That doesn't say a lot about a person, and they could be really good at what they do. But then obviously, the video element is letting them down. So how have you found embracing video during this pandemic? Have you found it easy?
I think again, it's easy is a subjective word. I think I'm getting more competent with it. It's probably the idea. I need to post more. That's the issue for me. And I think you put the nail on the head. It's about explaining to people who you are, what makes you tick, etc. In terms of professional videos, we don't do those for the business, not yet. It's something we may be looking at. But I know, because of what we do, it's not really a visual, certainly for our point, it's not really a visual type of experience, because a lot of it is just sitting down with people and going through blocks of paper, information,
But
etc.
on the flip side of that, just to interject, a great way to obviously create content for the industry that you work in, because obviously you can't film the process of what you do.
No.
But what you can do is you can make 1 to 2 minute videos explaining what you offer, how
That's a good idea. Yeah.
and problem solving the things that people put their head in the sand. So there's always a way in which you can do it. But again, unless you ask that question, you don't know.
I think, to be honest, Michael, that's exactly it. Whether we need to give it a bit more thought as to how to address that, because you're actually right. It can be quite a complex. Oh, people think it's a complex industry. What we do, in essence, what we do is relatively simple. It's basically saying, "What's the problem? Here's the solution. This is how we do it." But the process of doing that behind the scenes is very complex. That we do an awful lot of work behind the scenes, which people don't realize. It takes an awful lot of time, and we've got to make sure we do things absolutely correctly. That is the key to our role. We have to make sure that the product we specify is right, is affordable, meets the requirements, ticks all those boxes on that basis. And
there you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Except the wrong thing.
How did you find the 10 minutes? Did you think?
I mean, I can, me, I can talk for Christmas. I'm no problem talking to people, and it's interesting. I find it easy to talk to a person rather than just talking to a screen. If you know what I mean, and just video myself is hard. Talking to a person is much easier. So you've made it very much fun today.
Good. I aim to please. No, honestly, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and I'm glad that you've enjoyed the process. Video is a minefield, but until you actually start asking the questions and breaking it down, it's the same as what you do. It's just giving people the information they need to push forward. And sometimes people, if they don't understand something, they just put their head in the sand and go, no, not for me. And I think sometimes you could be missing a trick. So thank you so much, Phil,
it's been a pleasure, Michael,
for being on the show. If anybody would like to watch any previous episodes, you can go to youtube.com/Take the Cake Pro if you want to see all the latest episodes that are coming out every week. And don't forget to hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.